would you say the social media, well, you cannot blame on the social media, it's basically us doing our own stuff, but do they promote egocentric or narcissistic behaviors?
I, I think promote. I would maybe have.
Yeah, exactly. I
Yeah.
don't think promote is the right word,
Yeah.
but
I think they reflect them.
yeah,
So in my book, I make this analogy about fast food.
yeah,
So fast food culture reflects some very basic needs that human beings have.
yeah,
Yeah, like from hunter-gatherer days, we want our fat and we want our protein and we want our sugar.
yeah,
So we get that in a cheeseburger, for example,
yeah.
but that doesn't mean it's good for us because in a way we weren't meant to be able to get it so easily and so
Yeah.
cheaply. We used to have to work very hard for it,
Yeah.
chasing animals around in teams and that
Yeah,
sort of
burn
thing.
those carbs.
Exactly, and then tear the thing apart and dry it all out. There was like so much skill and so much effort and so much energy. It was very precious to have that meat. Now we don't find it very precious at all. We just eat it. We eat too much of it. There's an obesity crisis across the developed world. So in a way, and again, I don't want to sound totally derogatory about it, but a lot of social media is like the fast food of interpersonal relationships. You get validation and recognition and you get to show up in really easy ways, but you might miss the kind of complexity that you would get in the metaphor of actually hunting that animal and ripping it to pieces, curing the meat.
Yeah, so if you had to use the same analogy of fast food, and the problem of using a lot of fast food becomes obesity, right? How would you relate to that in terms of social media if you use that a lot for validation and things that are supposed to be coming from real people that you meet every day, or
so in that sense, basically your ego gets fat. So in the way that like there are all these different parts of ourselves operating at the same time: internal relationships, external relationships, spiritual ideas, emotions, introspection, just everything that makes up who you are. And the ego is just a part of that. So if the ego's got a playground around that it gets to go on Facebook and gets to go on Twitter and it's show up here and you're checking it all the time, then this part's kind of just taking up more space in a sense. So all those parts of yourself that you wouldn't put on Facebook, and I'm just using Facebook as the major example, what happens to those parts? So you put this part of yourself out in the world and say, look at me, enjoy this, and then there's all this that needs some attention too. Our vulnerabilities, things we don't feel so good at, maybe our feelings of shame. I mean, they're not particularly the nice things, but they're really important to who we are. So